Letter writing, 10 marks. Personal letter, official letter, or letters response. Minimum 250 to 300 words are mandatory for competitive examination. Round the globe. So it's totally. Now the third PPT goes with ASI types, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little bit just actually slow now. The first and foremost, I'm going to tell you something about expository essay, narrative essay, descriptive essay, argumentative or persuasive essay. So we'll have to learn ultimately 4 different types of essay. Expository essay, narrative, descriptive, argumentative. And always remember, effective essay writing is always compulsory for all competitive examinations. So you have to ensure for that. So later on, let me get into next, the most important factor, that is integrated approach in free writing globally. So for this integrated approach, what is integrated approach? The students will have to understand how we can just get the resources from the various sources around the globe. Multiple intelligence. Multiple intelligence. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sir, is it okay or next?
Yes. Now this is third one. The fourth one slide, please. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Can I get it? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Arjun.
Yes. So it's an integrated approach, ladies and gentlemen. Multiple intelligence.
You can tell it.
Multiple intelligence, learning styles, research best or brain best. So I have divided almost all essay writing or freestyle writing into 4 different categories. So on these categories, we have verbal linguistic, logical, mathematical, statistical, spatial, intrapersonal, bodily kinesthetic, musical, naturalist, interpersonal, or existentialist. All these are the approach for the multiple intelligence that the students should get as a resource from them. And so far as for the learning style is concerned, you have to have the mastery in it, and you have to have the interpersonal skills. That's what we learn from people to people. You have to have the understanding of the questions, very deep and rooted. It's not like most of the students will find it show just superficially, and they will not be able to get up to the gist. And self-expressive, ladies and gentlemen, and you have to express yourself. And the research-based methodology, constant attention. Learning is always a process, never-ending process. Up to death, before death, people should learn. Keep on learning and get multiple resources and try to get ideas or generate ideas from the learning. Or learning experienced, or remember visual, whatever you see, or embedded in music, because most of the musical words are very important for people to enhance their writing. And let me go to brain-based, authentic problem solving, project handling, and simulation and role play, classroom strategies, mnemonic strategies, songs, and jingles and raps, writing strategies, active review, and hands-on actions. So ladies and gentlemen, so these are the multiple resources that everybody will have to just actually get into their knowledge. And then let me go to the next slide. And the next slide is about essay structure and its types. So what is expository essay types? Because this is what this type of essay cause and effect, and then down by this definition, you will get evaluate and then elaborate, And order this, compare and contrast. These are the strategies I've just mentioned downwards. Evaluate, see the pros and cons, and then elaborate. Cause and effect, evaluate the question stem first, and then find out the evidence, cause versus effect. And then only you can elaborate your AC perfectly. And how does this happen? So it's one of that actually figure. Sir, next slide, please. Rajan sir, next slide, please. Hello. Next slide. Once again, expository essay types definition, compare and contrast, cause and effect, evaluate, or this is what actually I mentioned it. Expository essay in briefing. I'm going to brief it. See, suppose one of the questions is given about love. So why, how, what is the significance, who's the one, and what is the purpose? See, these are the major points that the students will have to jot it down in a paragraph in order to make one of the significant AC for expository essay. So ladies and gentlemen, just have a look at like love. It's one of the questions over there. You can put any questions, any topic within this in place of love, and then make a chart like how, what, significance, and who, and what is the purpose, and why is it. And then you will just actually generate the ideas. So this process is totally, or generally it's called brainstorming session. You can just actually okay. Yes. Then I will get into the next section now. Take your pen out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're there, hello everybody. Take your pen and paper out. And then try to write what I'm telling you. For expository essay, in the first paragraph, line number 1 is what we call opening statement.
Khagan sir, you there? Ranjit?
Okay. Hello.
Sir, please
Rajan sir.
continue it, please, sir. We are hearing you. Khagan sir? Hey, Radhika? Vishwas?
Sir.
Ajur. Yes.
Khagan sir ko problem ho?
Oh, sir.
Ajur.
Khagenda sir,
Yes.
please go ahead. We are hearing you.
Oh, all right. Thank you. So opening statement. No. Did you see my PPT?
Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to give a brief about opening statement. The first paragraph, line number 1. This is what I'm talking about. Student will have to understand what is an opening statement. Opening statement is this statement that is taken from the questions. So in order to take something from the questions, this is what we call hook. Hook is a word, I kept it over there, in order to make a paragraph so lucrative, attractive, so that readers can find interest in your issue. This is what I call hook. So for the hook, what you'll have to do, step number 1, paraphrase the questions. So what is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing means, according to the questions, what the question is given, you change in structure, change the synonyms of it, or sometimes you have to change the written pattern. Whenever you will change in structure, write the synonyms or written pattern, you will have to understand
अहिले चाहिँ सर अड्किसो दादा
होइन सरको प्रब्लम रहेछ नेटमा दुनिया गर्दा पनि नमिल्दो रहेछ
or I mean the very lucrative or attractive structure sentences of your first paragraph, then you'll have to go with the supporting ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, supporting ideas can be generated from the various resources. Yes, it can be factual, it can be statistical, it can be logical, or it can be anecdotal. Okay, so these are the 4 different ways to collect supporting ideas. Once again, let me get into it. Supporting ideas can be factual, fact-based, or statistical, or mathematical, or logical, or as well as anecdotal. So anecdotal is one of the new words for you all. So anecdotal is meant by its personal experiences that the people have faced in their day-to-day life. See, or you can just actually give an example that you can just actually think it at the moment, which should support your opening statement very clearly and strategically. And once you finish the supporting ideas, ladies and gentlemen, and then you will have to have the thesis statement or outline of an issue. So now let's suppose mathematically, if I say opening statement is equal to A and supporting ideas is equal to B, so thesis statement means, therefore, C is thesis statement if I suppose, so put one of the formula there that therefore C, I mean thesis statement is equal to A plus B. So thesis statement means the gist of opening statement and supporting ideas in a line or 2. So this thesis statement plays a vital role for the students in your overall essay writing. Once your thesis statement is not clear, then your whole paragraph is totally misguided or misinterpreted, or your whole story, I mean essay, will totally be just actually misjudged again. So ladies and gentlemen, put yourself into figurative explanation. Opening statement, I mean hook statement, or paraphrasing the structure, or changing in structure, synonyms, or written pattern, whatever you write. Suppose this is A, supporting idea, suppose is B. So thesis statement is always C. Point A, opening statement, plus supporting idea, point B. So together, whenever you jot it down, then your thesis is prepared. And that's what I've given in my notes. So thesis statement should be the gist of the opening statement or the questions itself. So in order to make the gist of it, student will have to remember C is equal to A plus B. So A, opening statement, and B, supporting ideas. So the major gist of this 2, 3, 4 lines, whatever you write, should be kept in thesis statement. So this is the major part. Thesis statement is always plays a vital role for the student's essay. So now let me go to the next slide, please, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I hope you did understand very clearly. Then, first paragraph is over. Let me recall it again. Opening statement, supporting ideas, and thesis statement. Let me prove this mathematically. If I suppose this opening statement is A, then supporting idea is B, thesis statement is C, so therefore C is equal to A plus B. And this is what, after finishing your first paragraph, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to check it because I've given you the questions at the end of the session. So I will check it later that whether you people will be able to do this very clearly or not. So let me go to the next session, paragraph 2, paragraph 2nd. Now take that thesis statement in your mind. First, take the thesis statement in your mind. So after taking the thesis statement in your mind, then you'll have to work out for second paragraph, first line. Second paragraph, line number 1. So second paragraph, line number 1 should be the idea generated from the thesis statement. So from thesis statement, now we'll have to divide into 3 different portions again. From thesis, this actual statement. So point number A, then you try to have the evidential support. So as I told you, it should be factual, it should be statistical, it should be logical, and it should be anecdotal, but this should be taken from your perspectives. In order to support your idea, you have to support factually, statistically, logically, and anecdotally. As I told you, anecdotal is a ready-made examples or ready-made experiences that the peoples have faced, seen, done, or even happen in their life or in somebody's life is an anecdotal. So that can be kept over there as an evidential support. So second paragraph should be concluded where first develop an idea generated from the thesis statement, and then your thesis statement should be strongly supported by the factual, statistical, logical, and anecdotal just actually examples given in the lines that I pulled over there. I pulled the line just because students could be able to write it. So that's why if you have got the mobile, to take the picture out of it so that you can fill the things from the questions yourself. It will be easier for you. Okay. So, and then I will get into the third paragraph or third place. First paragraph, second paragraph. Oh, no, it's gone too far. Second paragraph and third paragraph or fourth paragraph, everything can be just actually based on this tips only. Now, the last one we do have, and this last paragraph, so little bit actually, little bit before, one slide, little bit ahead, please. Yes. No, it's gone back. Up. Slide number 8. Slide number 809, sir, please. Slide number 9. Slide number 9. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. No, slide number 9, please. Slide number 9. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I told you, second paragraph, third paragraph, how many paragraphs you'd like to just actually develop yourself? It goes statistical, just actually experimentally on the same basis, development idea from the thesis statement, and then evidential support, factual, logical, statistical, and anecdotal. This is the thing, but idea should not be repeated again, ladies and gentlemen. Ideas should be differentiated in each paragraph. Okay. So, and then, no, Rajan sir, you have gone too far. You have gone too far. I'm there in number 10 slides only. Yes, I'm there in number 10 number slides, please. I'm there in number 10. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please hold on. Please hold on. Paragraph 4. Paragraph 4. Paragraph 4. Okay. Sir, you have gone too far. No, it's gone far. I'm just actually there at slide number 10. No. Before than this. More before. You're getting this actual. No. Before 10 number. No, slide number 10. Slide number 10, sir. Yes. Yes. Okay. So paragraph number 4. Now, this is concluding paragraphs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very crucial once again, because most of the students, what I found, whenever I check actually TU paper, what I found that students are unable to find out restate the opening sentence again. So restate means rewrite the opening statement once again. That hook structure that you have written in the first paragraph, first line, should be repeated again, but you have to write it in another style. Say, but the G should be the same. Restate the opening sentence. Yes, and after that, readdress the evidence to support the introduction, body, and conclusion. You have to just support in such a way that your introduction, body, paragraph, and conclusion should be well supported. And it's supported in such a way that all the issues should be so symmetrical. Okay, and then you will have the closing statement, ladies and gentlemen, and you will have to close it yourself. So closing statement has a message. Closing statement has a weak message for the students according to as per your perception. What you'd like to give actually the message to the people, to the audience, to the readers, to the examiners, to wherever just actually you want. So this is what the closing statement. So now this is one of the essay format, which is very clear. And right after this, now global standard sentence structure. So next slide, slide number 11, please. Yes, slide number 11, please. Okay, all right, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, please, thank you. So, what is the global standard of sentence structures, ladies and gentlemen? So, if you want to write, if you want to compete globally, since I'm teaching the GMAT and GRE, so I'll have to just actually come across with all these issues day by day. So that's why. So, global standards of sentence structures are mentioned below. How to write effective sentences. This is what most of the South Asian students' problem is. So they are facing a huge and massive problem in order to write the effective sentence structures. So you don't panic. So I've given a simple table, very much simple approach. Everybody would be able to just actually follow it up in a day or two. So in sentence structure, the students will have to find out first structure. So under the structure of a sentence, you have got subject, verb, agreement, modifier, parallelism, verb tense, comparison, degree of comparison, run-on sentences, adverb and adjective, and noun confusion. See, these are the major issues of the structure. So you can just actually take the photos over there, because day by day, whenever I'll come in the next session, then every day I will just actually be able to give you some tips regarding all this structure, these are the things, and sense. Always, most of the South Asian students will find it difficult, So where I've written, okay, but actually you will not be able to understand that ambiguity. Ambiguity means MB is equal to dual, guity is equal to fish. So sometimes, somewhere, whenever we write sentence, and we'll have just actually written, like, I don't think you could not go. Look at it. I don't think you could not go. Double negative is equal to positive. People will understand negatively, and then your sentence will just actually fall into the ditch. So ambiguity, redundancy, most of the words, same words. I'm happy. Until death, I'm happy. And then the teacher will be unhappy whenever they will just actually look at your writing. So redundancy should be avoided. Ambiguity should be avoided. Double negatives are never written, like I'm scarcely just actually weak. Scarcely weak means I'm strong. Scarcely weak. I'm not actually happy. I'm not happy. It's good. But I am not unhappy. It's equal to I'm happy. Because double negatives always becomes positive. we'll have to understand this. Unnecessary complex structure, like it is that education. It's always wrong. It is that education. So why don't you start with education at the beginning? Education is the vital part actually for most of the nations. Education is the backbone of the nations. Why will you write like it is that? It is that. Is it necessary to write it? So these sort of structures are always unnecessary for essay writing. Synonyms and antonyms without comma and or. You will write synonyms of any words without comma, without and, or without are. This is also totally wrong. And so far as now the next one, diction. Diction means actually the word taken from dictionary. So from the diction, you will have to find out words and phrases. So in diction, you will have words and phrases, multiple words, multiple synonyms are there, yes, and equal synonyms, and then just actually somehow synonyms. There are varieties of synonyms you'll get it in the dictionary, exact, symbolic, prepositional phrases. So these are the things that you'll have to understand on the diction. And transition words, contrast and compare signals words, support signal words like although, even though, because, but, systematically or subsequently. All these are of adverbs and adverbial cases to be written always in a proper way. Support signal, time signal. There are many signal words, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll have to just actually put it at the proper place because these are transition. So what do you mean by transition? Transition is a platform. Transition just actually can change the guideline of a structure. So that's why without transition words, if anything is written, that cannot be very appropriate. So always we'll have to put the transitional words like although, even though, because, but, or just actually for the time being, or subsequently, or when, or this is if, or something, time and again. And then lastly, but not the least, we'll have the signpost. Signpost plays the more destructive role rather than that of the words, because accent plays louder than the way we speak, So this is what comma, inverted comma, and just actually inverted comma, semicolon, colon, bracket, hyphen, and these are always vital in English as well. Most of the students never understand and never use this sort of signpost in it. So in order to make a very effective sentence, so work globally, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a nationwide. This is what actually I'm teaching you. So this level is accepted in GMAT, GRE, and that's why this is one of the phenomenal for the global standard. This is called the global standard of writing. So in writing, you'll have to find out structure. My sense is okay or not. So your sense is not okay. Whenever you will not care about all these issues over there. Ambiguity is avoided. Redundancy is never ever written. Double negatives or becomes always positive. An unnecessary complex structure cannot give you the very correct and appropriate meaning of the sense of your writing. Or synonyms and antonyms without comma and or. And these are the things, ladies and gentlemen. So through my next session, if I'll have my time, I will just actually try to elaborate each and everything properly, so that students will be able to just actually get the gist of it. So anyways, today, what I would like to tell you that every global standard of sentence structure, students will have to understand the structure, sense, diction, transition words, or signposts. So these are the 5 components you'll have to keep it in your mind. Okay. So now, okay. So next slide, please. Rajan sir, next slide, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, global standard of ASI corrections, like how actually in UK, University of Cambridge. Yes. Global ASI correction measures. Sir, shall I go? Rajan sir, shall I go?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one?
Yes, it's okay. The P4 one, sir. Global essay correction measures, slide number 12. Slide number 12. Slide number 12. Global ASI correction measures. Very good, sir. Thank you very much. So, shall I go ahead? Right? On the assistants. Rajendra sir, thank you very much. So, internationally, how ASI section is corrected, ladies and gentlemen. So, they will try to check your cohesion. Cohesion or cohesive structure. This is what we call cohesion. The way of writing English sentences clearly, so that people can understand, avoiding the jargons or heavy bombarding words. I don't tell you to use very heavy and jargons or bombastic words. Use very simple words that should be very clear to the point and concise, small, but actually very much perfect and precise structure. Clear, concise, and precise structure. What I mean, sentence should be very short and sweet, short and clear. Short that people can understand it very perfectly. Some students will write a very long sentences with comma and all. They will not be able to end up with the correct sense or theme or just gist of the things they would like to write. So that's what I'd like to tell the students, because actually this is the worldwide correction measures. Even just actually every essay is corrected under this format. Cohesion, your sentences are clear. So at the end of your essay writing, you'll have to always check yourself. Is cohesion is okay? Is my sentence clear? Is it concise? Or is it precisely written? My structures are not too lengthy or something. This is what the first number one. And number two, range of vocabularies. Oh my God. Most of the students will just actually keep on writing like I'm happy, happy. Most of the time happy, and at the end they are found unhappy, because they'll not be able to get the good score. So there are varieties of meaning of happy. Happy means glad, happy means glee, happy means cheerful, happy. There are varieties of words. According to the situation, you have to use the different words, not happy, most of the cases over there. So accurate synonyms are the most. And words redundant most often create confusion to the readers. So most redundant means, what I mean, the words repeated most often. Redundant. I'm happy. So many times you have written happy, does not make sense, because happy is one of the general average human conditions. Does not mean actually that I have not opened my mouth, but still actually I'm looking so sad, but internally I may be happy and all. So let's not get into the depth of happiness once again. So people actually are happy by various reasons, does not show that, doesn't mean that I'm open up, I'm happy, and sometimes what I've seen, most of the happy people have been just actually have been crying underneath, So, and then first cohesion. So in your checklist, after writing your essay, your checklist should be very clear. Under your checklist, there must be, is my cohesion okay? Have I used the range of vocabularies perfectly? Now, the third one is called paragraph construction. So paragraph constructions, you have to divide into introduction, body, conclusion. Introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion paragraphs, okay? So these are the major three basic paragraphs. So introduction is always written in single paragraph. Conclusion should be single, but body paragraph can be written in 2, 3, 4, as much you can. If you can elaborate yourself according to the differences, actually fashion and designing, okay? And then the next one comes grammar. So for grammar, you'll have to check tense structure, phrasal words, or transitional words. So whenever you check all this in your checklist, if you'll include all this, cohesion is okay. Have I used the perfect range of vocabularies? So paragraph constructions is very perfectly and massively done without any confusion. Grammar sections is perfect. As is the question, so is the answer. This is what, and time and again, I've used the phrasal words and transitional words because they will give you a kind of clarity, right? Okay, thank you. And then the next one, we will have the next one. Sir, next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now we'll go to writing procedures. Okay. So let me get into the writing processes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Okay. Step one. Are you all ready with the pen and paper? Oh, that sounds great. Brainstorming sessions. Yes. Let's actually storm our brain. Let's strike our brain, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the essay questions first. That I've given you just actually in my next slides. Get the essay questions first. And ask these questions yourself in order to generate ideas. Ask these questions yourself, such as, what is the author thinking about? This is what I call main idea. What is the author thinking about? It's called main idea. Why is the author thinking about it? It's a supporting idea. And how is the author thinking it about? Is the theme, gist, or author's perspectives, or the outline of your essay? Yes. So once again, first you'll work out on finding main idea. Then after that, supporting idea, asking the questions. I've given you the questions over there. It's not like actually there's anything left to try, And how is the author thinking about what's for the theme or just? So, and then we'll go to the next one, expository ASI number 1 type. So our next slide, please. Okay. Yes. Now, expository ASI question samples. So one of the questions, I have kept it over there. Okay. Yes. All right. And then step 2. Then once you will just actually brainstorm yourself, then step number 2, you will execute all the ideas accordingly. Yes. Once you generate ideas, make a rough sheet over there, at least 5 minutes time to be spent for this. And then you will get into the step number 2. So in a step number 2, the major purpose of my slide is to execute all the ideas accordingly into introduction, body, and conclusion. Yes. So introduction, as I've already given you the structure, body paragraph, also given you the structure, and what is to be written as a conclusion is given over there in my structure very clearly. And step number 3, proofread for structure, change and diction, transition word, signpost if needed. This is what actually step number 3 is for correction measures. This is what I give you the major points. And step number 4, proceed yourself, then your essay will be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, now one of the questions for the essay. Next question, sir. Next slide, please. Rajan, sir, please. Could you open the next slides? All right, thank you, sir. Okay, expository essay questions. All right, now, yeah, everybody might be having with the pen, just actually you all are having with the pen. So let's mark with the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, mark with the questions in order to get the gist. Single parents, families, please underline this. Make a round circle to this. Single parent families. So this is my one of the stakeholder of my essay. So what does that talk about? Single parent families. Yes. Did you understand? Single parent families. I'm also trying to understand. Single parent family. Oh, the families with just actually the concept of single parents, nuclear families, also cause social issues in different social settings. Now, these are the effects of that. So, issues, different social settings like family, primarily single parenthood, may affect growth in children, especially criticism from their peers, and may also affect the children's mental and emotional health. So, these are the impact of single parent families. Now the author, what is the author wanting to talk about? Put a questions over here. Yes. Homework for the next session to all the students. Yes, you can send it to Deacon Pace so that Rajan sir could send it back to me and I will check it and send it back to you again so that you people will be able to just actually correct yourself. All right. Make a round circle, ladies and gentlemen. And what the verb says also cause social issues. So this is the major case over there. What social issues? So what are those social issues? In different social setting. One, family, primarily single parenthood, and may affect growth in children especially, and another impact of it. And what is the impact over there? Affecting the growth in children, especially creating the criticism from their peers. It may also affect the children's mental and emotional health. So this is the question pattern. So this question pattern, next slide please. So please everybody, this is your questions. We'll have to work out on this. So who is that? Show meticulously. This is what I'll have to check it. It's my duty, ladies and gentlemen. So next slide please. Rajan sir, okay? Yes. So now this is the end of my session, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the end of my session. Now I think I'll have to open the the question and answer session. If there's any questions, queries, I'm there to help you out. Hello.
Yes, sir, we are hearing.
Yes, hello, sir. Is there any questions? Hello.
Hello, sir. May I ask one question?
Yeah, I could not hear your voice. Yes,
May I
now
ask
tell
one
me.
question?
Okay,
Hello,
okay.
sir.
Yes, feel comfortable.
So, can you please help me with that opening statement?
Opening statement for these questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So opening statement is something like a hook. So let's change this these questions even into your style. So what is the another synonym for single parent families? Tell me.
Nuclear family, sir.
Nuclear
Nuclear
family,
family.
very good. Nuclear families, yes. Also cause. Can you just give me one of that the synonyms for the cause? Nuclear families can what? Suffer. Can I write suffer? Nuclear families sometimes or also suffer social issues. So can you tell me some of the synonyms of social issues? Social principles, social or just actually societies. In different social setting, the social infrastructure different than others, such as family or just actually the nuclear families, which can have ultimately problem in children's mental growth, which may arise the criticism from the peers, from the friends, and that very criticism can have mental or emotional health, their thinking and emotions, or anything else. This is what actually the caption word or the hook structure, or also you can just actually write it in a very perfect way, changing all the words into the synonyms. I will actually do the corrections according to your strategy, okay? Yes, next
sir. Thank you, sir.
questions. Yes, next questions. Hello, is there any questions? So what I'd like to tell you now, I will just actually write myself. I'll also write myself and post it over there through the PPT. You will also write it. Everybody will write it and just actually will find it out. That we will only write the first paragraph. That will focus on the first paragraph. Who is the students who can write